Video 8, we will continue with strategic pillars. So when we talk about the strategic pillars, already we have seen that there are 4: detect, read, prevent and build. So now we will see in detail. So when we talk about detect, the first objective of NSP is to find all the drug sensitive. So here you have to detect all the people who are sensitive to the drug and who are resistant to the drug, with an emphasis on reaching TB patients seeking care from private providers. So from the private hospitals itself, okay, they would be able to gain all the necessary treatment, and they have to detect even the undiagnosed TB cases, okay. And then in high-risk population such as prisoners, so prisoners also they should go and check who are in the prison, and then migrant workers who keep moving from one place to another place, people living with HIV/AIDS, contacts, etc. Okay, so under that, notification of TB cases. Till now, only medical practitioners, hospitals and labs were notifying TB patients to government health system. Now, according to mandatory TB notification gazette for private practitioners, chemists and public health staff, March 2018, all chemists will also inform about TB patients for whom they have dispensed the TB drugs. So apart from, usually it was only hospitals or doctors, whenever they used to come, they used to report. But now we see that even the private practitioners, chemists, public health staff, so March 2018 onwards, you can see all the chemists also inform about the TB patients. Next, Nikshay. So Nikshay is a Hindi word. When we divide that Ni and Kshay, it is nothing but eradication or elimination of tuberculosis. So to facilitate TB notification, RNTCP has developed a case-based, well-based TB surveillance system called as Nikshay. Surveillance means close observation of the patients, okay, for both government and private healthcare facilities. So it is not only the duty of the government health hospitals, but it is also the duty of the private hospitals as well as the private practitioners. Next, third, public-private partnership. Okay, so for promotion of public-private mix in TB prevention and care, private providers are provided incentives for TB case notification and for ensuring treatment adherence and treatment completion. So to make this initiative among the private people, they also made sure that private practitioners or the hospitals were also given incentives when they were notifying the cases of TB. Then the incentives are provided through direct beneficiary transfer. So amount of money was given. The incentives to the private sector TB care provider are as follows. So rupees 250 on notification of a TB case diagnosed as per standard for TB care in India, STCI. So rupees 250 was awarded. Then again rupees 250 was awarded on completion of every month of treatment when it was given to the patient. Then rupees 500 on completion on entire course of TB treatment, so which can take for about 6 months. Then rupees 2,750 for notification and management of a drug sensitive patient over 6 to 9 months as per STCI. Okay, so when they have notified or they have diagnosed that a person is having drug sensitive, so medications will be changed and given. So for the whole treatment, the practitioner will be paid about 2,750. Then rupees 6,750 for notification and correct management of a drug resistant case over 24 months, where they will be put under treatment. So for those patients, the practitioner or the public health worker who is involved will be awarded with rupees 6,750. Okay, so these are all the various, so public and private partnership, where they were encouraged, the private hospitals or the health workers or the practitioners were actually rewarded through incentives for all the case treatment, for notification, then for treating, then identifying a drug sensitive, then identifying a drug resistant and treatment. Then fourthly, we see free drugs and diagnostic tests to TB patients in private sector. So here we see free drugs and diagnostic tests are provided to TB patients seeking treatment from private health sector. There are two approaches for ensuring access to free drugs and diagnostic tests. So freely drug distribution was done and test for TB was done. So like you have Mantoux tests, or if lymph node enlargement is there, they can do FNAC or biopsy can be taken and it can be identified. So TB patients in private sector, first in access to program provided drugs and diagnostic through attractive linkages, and second in reimbursement of market available drugs and diagnostic. So they were given at free of cost. Okay, so these are the 4 ways how they encourage the deduction. First is notification of TB cases, Nikshay, public-private partnership through incentives, free drugs and diagnostic test of public patients in private sector. Next we will go to treat. So next step under the program is initiation and sustaining all TB patients an appropriate anti-TB treatment wherever they seek help with patient-friendly system and social support. Provision of free TB drugs in the form of daily fixed dose combination for all TB cases is advised with the support. So DOT therapy was used, direct observation treatment and supportive. So with other drugs, the patients were treated with combination of drugs. That is how the patients were treated. So under that you have again 5 points. So for new TB cases, we will see how they were treated. So the treatment is in intensive phase. For the new cases, the first step is intensive phase, which consists of 8 weeks of ionizide. INH will be given, rifampicin, pyrazinamide and ethambutol will be given in daily doses as per 4 weights band categories, and in continuation phase 3 drug FDCS, that is rifampicin, isoniazid and ethambutol are continued for 16 weeks. So initial case is an intensive phase. First where 8 weeks of INH, rifampicin, pyrazinamide, ethambutol were given as daily dose as per 4 weeks. Okay, here it is not weights, it is 4 weeks. Okay, and then band categories, and in continuation phase, as a continuation to this, rifampicin, isoniazid and ethambutol HRE are continued for 16 weeks. First 4 weeks, 16 weeks. So you should know what are the medication that were given for first 4 weeks and then next 16 weeks. Okay, so second, for previously treated case of TB, already if they were treated with TB, then intensive phase is for 12 weeks. So 12 weeks the medications will be given, where injection streptomycin is given for 8 weeks along with 4 weeks where INH, isoniazid, rifampicin, pyrazinamide and ethambutol will be given, and after 8 weeks the 4 drugs, that is again INH, rifampicin, pyrazinamide, ethambutol in daily doses as per weight bands are continued for another 4 weeks. So they will check the weight, and according to their weight they will make sure that it is continued for 4 weeks. In continuation phase, again they will give rifampicin, INH, ethambutol for continued for another 20 weeks as daily doses. Okay, so this is for previously treated cases of tuberculosis. Then in Nikshay, Poshan Yojan, in this plan, it is centrally sponsored scheme under National Health Mission. So financial incentive of rupees, so they will give financial incentive also of rupees 500 per month is provided for nutritional support to each notified TB patient for duration for which the patient is on anti-TB treatment. So here when you see, when they are on the drug, they have to take good adequate nutritional food. So if they are not able to afford, anyways they will be receiving the incentive of rupees 500 per month will be given to them. Incentives are delivered through direct benefit transfer scheme to bank accounts. Either to their directly it will be given, or to their bank account it will be transferred. Okay, so that is Nikshay Poshan. Poshan means again feeding, right? So Poshan Yojana. So for nutrition they were providing rupees 500 every month. Fourth point, expanding options for ICT based treatment adherence support mechanisms. So they made sure that mobile based pill in hand adherence monitoring tool. So pill will be given in the hand and it will be asked them. So it can be monitored whether they are taking or not. Then interactive voice response, SMS reminders. Okay, so we can send them voice recorders, or we can give them SMS to remind them take your drugs. Then specially designed electronic pill boxes or strips with GSM connection and pressure sensor. It is like electronic monitor which will remind them to take the medication. This is all very costly. So that's why they do this dot by assigning the work to any one of the family members, or the person has to come to the PHC or the private sector wherever the patient is treated. They can, in the direct observation, they will be taking the medicine. Then patient compliance toolkit, they are like mobile app. Now it is very common with mobile, it is useful for patients to report. A WhatsApp group can be kept. Treatment compliance using video, audio or text messages. Automated pill loading system. Okay, so where the pill will be loaded by itself, okay, automatically. And then innovatively designed ICT enabled smart cards, SMS gateway. So these are all very innovative way of reminding a person, but it is cost effective. But in India we just do this dot therapy. Now we can have this WhatsApp group, okay, or we can send them audio messages, okay, video messages to remind them. Okay, so these are the expanding options for ICT based treatment adherence. So what are the ways how we can remind the patient so that they will continue taking the medications, and we can monitor them whether they are adhering or not. Then coming on to fifth, intensifying TB control activities in following key population is addressed in NSP. So TB, HIV patients we have to check, okay, if they have, because these are all high risk, okay, diabetes, then patients who are using tobacco and alcohol dependence, if they are poor, undernourished, economically and socially backward communities, TB control in hilly and difficult terrains, okay, and then you have hilly areas, okay, there. Then substance dependence, sexual minorities, people who are on drinking or smoking, okay, or substance abuse, taking illegal drugs, consuming illegal drugs, on them to have a check. TB and pregnancy among mothers. Then pediatric population, as a primary complex it will develop, so that has to be checked. Prison inmates, those who are in the prison, and staffs of prison or jails, because from the prisoners they are prone to contract the disease. Then management of extra pulmonary tuberculosis, apart from the lung, anywhere else if it is affected, that also has to be diagnosed and that has to be treated. Okay, now prevention. Okay, now coming on to prevention, we will see how to prevent. That is the third strategy pillar. So with the objective to prevent emergence of TB in susceptible, various measures has been taken up, like airborne infection control measure has to be done by the healthcare facility. Then treatment for latent person who is having TB infection in contacts of bacteriologically confirmed cases. Then address social determinants of TB. So what are the various measures that they can take to prevent the disease? Airborne infection control measures. Then contact tracing, with who all the person is in contact. Also do a test for them to find out if they are having the disease. Then isoniazid preventive therapy, putting on them on isoniazid drug. Then BCG vaccination, addressing social determinants, who all can get TB and how to keep themselves to prevent. So that's what we will be seeing here in detail again. So airborne infection control measure, so it is a combination aimed, it is actually minimizing the risk of transmission. So the foundation of such infection control is, how can we do that? Early diagnosis can be done, then proper management of TB patients can be done, health education of cough. Now we know, right? So coughing or sneezing, you cannot do it directly, you have to use a tissue and you have to put it inside the dustbin, or you have to use your upper arm, or you have to sneeze or cough over the elbow. Okay, so like that. Okay, so it is also useful for prevention of other acute respiratory tract infection and tuberculosis also. Okay, like this we can health educate them. Then houses should be adequate, good ventilation should be there, and then cough etiquettes and proper disposal of sputum by the patient, flush it out, or when you are coughing out, make sure that mud is put if they are from the community area. Cough etiquette means covering nose and mouth while coughing or sneezing. Then houses should be adequately ventilated. Proper use of airborne infection control measures in healthcare facility and other settings has to be done. So like this, and hygiene. Okay, personal hygiene also is very good. And now social distancing also prevents airborne infection control measures, because even COVID-19 is airborne infection. Okay, next, contact tracing. Okay, so since transmission occurs from index case to contact anytime before diagnosis or during treatment, all contact of TB patients must be exactly how they do for COVID-19. They put them into quarantine. If there is one case in one apartment, the whole apartment is seized into quarantine, because they are prone, the contact people are also prone to develop. So we have to find out with whom all the person has mingled, and we have to identify, diagnose and find out if they have contracted the disease. Do a test. So same like COVID-19 we do here. These groups include all close contacts, especially household contacts. Then in case of pediatric TB patients, reverse contact tracing for search of any active TB case in the household of the child must be undertaken. If child is affected, we should see if any of the parents is affected by which the child has had the disease or what, that has to be checked. And then particular attention will be paid to contacts with highest susceptibility. Whoever is infected or contracted with TB infection, we have to give them particular attention. Okay, so that is second, airborne infection control, contact tracing. Next we have isoniazid preventive therapy. So this is recommended to children below 6 years of age who have close contact with the TB patients, like parents or any grandpa, grandmother staying in the house. If any child is under the age of 6 years, as a preventive measure, we have to give them isoniazid. It will be evaluated for active TB by a medical officer pediatrician. Excluding active, she will be given INH prevention therapy. As a prevention below the age of 6 years, even the children will be given with the medicine. Then BCG vaccination should be given at birth as early as possible till 1 year of age. Then it has a protective effect against meningitis and disseminated TB in children. It is said that but sometimes even after taking BCG, a child or an adult is prone to develop tuberculosis. That you have to keep in mind. Okay, then addressing social determinants of TB, so like poverty, malnutrition, urbanization, indoor air pollution, etc. require. So these are all the determinants which can lead to tuberculosis, so that has to be brought into the notice of the people. And the last strategy plan for the tuberculosis is build. So here we have to build the health system strengthening for TB control under the National Strategic Plan 2017 to 2025. So this is all under the scheme that we are seeing NSP, okay, which is the Tuberculosis Elimination Plan 2017 to 25, and this is the last strategy pillar, build. So building up of the health of a general individual is very important, and that is what has been recommended under the program 2017 to 25 in the form of building and strengthening enabling policies. Good policies should be maintained, empowering institutions and human resources with enhanced capacity. So having good resources, finance, okay, and good facility, healthcare workers to treat the infected patients also, and generally to build the normal health of the individual. So these are all the various strategic pillars which comes under National Strategic Plan for Tuberculosis Elimination 2017 to 25. Okay, so with this we are finished with this tuberculosis plan. Next video we will continue with the next plan.